Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is David, Stock Talk David. Appreciate you watching, tuning in. Hey, before we get started, do me one favor. Please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. But hey, we want to jump right in. As always, hey, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. But this video, I have a question for you. Are you still investing in Apple in 2025? Are you investing in Apple in 2025? For me, the question is yes. I am investing in Apple. Apple's still one of my favorite positions in the portfolio. It doesn't get talked about as much as it once did. You have other stocks, hot stocks that are popping up and that people running flock to. But I am still investing in the good old reliable Apple. And for me in my portfolio, Apple is a triple threat. That means we're earning money three different ways on Apple. And I've mentioned this before, but the share price, we're up 92% on Apple overall in the portfolio. Apple pays a quarterly dividend that we receive every quarter from Apple. And now I'm also selling covered calls on Apple. And so far in 2025, we've made over $1,100 off of Apple covered calls alone. So the answer, am I still investing in Apple? Yes. Are you still investing in Apple? Let me know in the comment section. I really appreciate it. So without further ado, let's head over to the Excel sheet here and let's see where we currently stand on our Apple portfolio. Let's go over here. Well, I thought I had it here. Hold on one second. We'll get it back up here in just a second. Let's see. See if we got it now. All right. Let's see where we stand. Let's head over to our Apple here and let's jump right in. Right. So I created this spreadsheet to kind of help me track my Apple portfolio. And I started it back in December of 2023. And at the time, I wanted to get to 100 shares of Apple. So I wanted to track my progress every week just to kind of keep me motivated, right? So at the beginning of this journey, we had 91.357 shares. And over this time, since 2023, man, Apple's not cheap, first of all. We've been able to purchase 10.6 shares of Apple. We have spent a total of $2,283.91 on our Apple purchases since that time. So we are currently at 102 shares of Apple, 102.033. So we just crossed 102 shares this past week. Our short-term goal is to get to 105 shares, and we are 2.967 shares away from reaching that goal. So if we just scroll down here, we can see some of the recent purchases we've made. Just this past week, we had basically a $20 purchase, which put us over at 102 shares. Earlier in the week, or was it last week? Yeah, last week we spent basically $25, bought us 0.126 shares, and as you see here, so still investing in Apple. We still buy Apple a couple of times a month, and we've actually been picking up lately because we're able to generate income from the cover call. The cover calls I do receive from Apple and Google and Amazon, I'm able to buy more shares. So I wish we was at 200 shares so we can do more cover calls. But look, 102 shares of Apple is still great for us. So, like I said, to answer the question, yes, I'm still buying Apple when I can, right? So it doesn't matter if it's $10, $9, $5, $9, $20, $10, $25, $26. We received on a dividend, right? That's a dividend reinvestment, $26.38. Like I said, 10, 25, 20. Whenever I'm able to put more into Apple, try to catch it on some pullback days, I am. So I'm still investing in Apple. Like I said, the position is still up 92%. So I am still a strong believer in Apple. The stock, the company, in general. So we are currently at 102 shares of Apple. Like I said, I remember when we started, when I first bought Apple, and I was happy to have 11 or 12 shares of Apple. Then a split came, and then we locked in, right? Because I wanted to get to 100 shares. So, man, just think if Apple does another split now, right? So let's just say a 5-to-1 split or a 10-to-1 split. You're looking at 500 shares or 1,000 shares. And then that's really just going to set us off as far as the cover calls are concerned, right? Because the value of the portfolio is still the same after a stock split, but there's different things you can do, especially if you have 100 shares of a particular position. But yes, for Apple, we are still buying Apple. We're at 102 shares of Apple. Next goal is to get to 105 shares, which we can do that. We can do that if we lock in. So, yes, still buying Apple. Apple's still a very, very strong part of the portfolio. I think it's just my third highest position in the portfolio behind Amazon and Google. I have to check. It may be right there with Google, but those are the top three. Amazon, Google, Apple are my top three positions in the portfolio as far as dollar amount wise. So, man, still a very reliable company, still performing. We've seen some pullback in the price lately, so we're trying to catch some good prices to get in on them. But yes, we are still investing in Apple. I don't see a situation where we won't be investing in Apple anytime soon. So still going strong, still a very major, important part of the portfolio, 102 shares, and we're still going to keep that Apple train going. What was the famous saying? An apple a day keeps poverty away. Something that Wall Street Trapper says. So buying Apple. So let me know. Are you guys still buying Apple? Is Apple a part of your portfolio? How often do you buy Apple? And how many shares of Apple are you looking to obtain if you are buying? So let me know in the chat. I really appreciate it. In the comment section. And as always, like I said, thank you for stopping through. If you don't mind, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share the video. I really appreciate it. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, but I will talk to you guys later.